Many Magic the Gathering players ask the question, is it worth it to buy a Shadows Over Innistrad gift box? Past gift boxes have had severe problems in terms of quality and overall value, but Wizards of the Coast has promised that this gift box will see an increase in quality. However, they have made that promise before, most notably with the outright fail that was the Battle for Zendikar gift box. So has Wizards fixed the formula, giving way to a Windfall, or have they just muddled the mixture and fizzled out? Let's take a look. The gift box contains the following. Five booster packs of Shadows Over Innistrad, 6 plastic dividers, a collection of sticker labels, an alternate art ravenous bloodseeker foil, and 20 basic land. Looking at this from a financial perspective, 5 booster packs over the counter would cost you about $20. The gift box has an MSRP of $24.95, meaning that you are essentially paying $4.95 for the remaining contents. But much more so than stickers or dividers or 20 land, the question is the box itself. Does this box deliver quality storage at least worth $4.95, which is essentially what you are paying? In a word, yes. In 3 words, very much so. What is immediately noticeable about the redesigned gift box is that the cardboard stock is a higher quality than the previous 2 years. Instead of being loose, comically flexible, and all around unsturdy, this gift box finally has a solid, firm stock of board. The dividers are also folded into the base instead of just glued poorly on top of the bottom. It's actually a really great job as far as the solidity of each column is concerned. Applying reasonable pressure to the sides and base does not dislodge it or bend it away, revealing cheap glue. I'm especially impressed with how they've redone the base here, and all around this is a very good construction. And thankfully, the lid now rests properly on top of the box. Previous boxes were inclined to rip when pressure was applied to their top. Several were even torn brand new. But now that the top rests flat on the base, that means that reasonable pressure is not a problem for these redesigned boxes. And that's great, because the first thing I'd want to do with these is stack stuff on top of them, namely other boxes. That's the way boxes work. You stack things on them. The box has a large capacity, holding over 800 sleeved cards, or just over 1,500 unsleeved cards, which is, again, really impressive. For most of us, that means you can store a cube in here, or multiple commander decks, or just your ever-growing collection of cards. So the box is firm, solid, good construction. I can apply pressure to the top. It's not going to tear. I can stack these up. I can stack books on top of it. I have an interior in which the columns and dividers are firmly folded into the base. This is all really strong material for cardboard anyway, for $4.95 anyway. And all around, this makes a very solid storage box for most players. Are there any problems with it? Yes, but they are minor. Out of all of the minor problems, the largest is that the gift box does not have a lid which stays on without the paper sleeve that the box is sold in. And so, if this box is upside down, the lid is just going to fall off. Again, it's not a major problem in that this is not sold as a transport container, and just sitting on your shelf, you don't necessarily need to keep it in that sleeve. But if it were to fall off that shelf, I'd hate for my cards to go everywhere, and so that is less than ideal. I'd love to see a way that this box could be designed so that the lid secures itself to the base. Now, about that paper sleeve, the problem is that it's just thin paper. And there's nothing special about this. This will tear easily, and over time and over storage, this is going to become frayed, and eventually, probably at the corners from pushing it in, this is going to tear off. People are probably going to resort over the years to using rubber bands to keep the gift box case on secure. Now, getting years of play out of a $4.95 storage box is pretty good value. The other problem is that the sleeve comes on and off a little too easily, and so you're probably, if you're going to put this in your backpack or if you're going to move it around a lot, going to constantly have it sliding around. All in all, those are minor issues. I'm also a fan of these plastic dividers. They're a firm, quality plastic with lovely full art depictions of the lands from Shadows Over Innistrad. Personally, I'm less a fan of the stickers, but since the gift box itself is a great item, that just makes things like the stickers fun little throw-ins, and I am sure many Magic the Gathering players will find them useful. The choice of alternate art promo is more than a bit puzzling. I'd love to just hear from whoever at Wizards had the job of deciding which card should be included as an alternate art foil, and listen to how out of the entire set they came up with Ravenous Bloodseeker. I'd have much more preferred leaving out the 20 lands and getting instead a random foil of any rare or mythic, much like the pre-release kits have. So where can we go from here? I don't know if it is feasible to create a gift box where the lid does attach to the base. We may always have to deal with this design, and if that's the case, if we can just maintain this quality in future gift boxes, I will be very happy. But what I would love to see for future boxes is the addition of a 6th booster pack. If you have 6, this has got 5, but let's get one more in there, 6 booster packs, then when you give this as a gift, especially from mom or dad or grandma or grandpa or aunt and uncle, or just from a friend, when you're giving this to someone, especially a new player, and saying, hey, here you go, it's going to hold a lot of cards, it's a great storage box, and you know what? When you open it up, you take out those 6 booster packs and you build a sealed constructed deck from them, and you can play against anyone else who had a gift box, anyone else who played at pre-release and kept their pre-release deck. This enables you to build and play Magic. I imagine a lot of these are going to new and younger players, and that 6th pack makes so much of a difference, being able to literally probably put an insert in this that says, feel free to build a 40-card deck, here's how, that it would be well worth a reasonable increase in price. Yes, I think that many players would be willing to pay a few bucks more for this, whatever the cost would be, no more than $4, I imagine. I would hope maybe more like $2 to $3 of an increase in MSRP to be able to include that 6th pack. If you have to take out the 20 land in order to do so, maybe even lose the stickers, that's an acceptable loss. Final conclusion, the Shadows Over Innistrad gift box is a major improvement, offering a sturdy box that holds a large collection of cards, several fun throw-ins, and all at a reasonable price. The box can still be improved upon by finding a more secure system of closure, as the thin paper sleeve that holds it together is far from ideal, and adding a 6th booster pack would transform this from a nice stack of boosters to crack to having the basis for building and playing with an actual sealed constructed Magic deck. Nonetheless, this makes a great gift, and even experienced Magic the Gathering players can find the gift box itself to be a worthwhile addition to their storage needs. Grade B+. I hope very much this video has been of some help to you. And remember, you can't play Magic at Target or Walmart. So whether buying gift boxes, dual decks, fat packs, or just booster packs, try and spend that money where you spend time playing this game. And that's at your local game store whenever possible. You're supporting your Magic community.
I'm sitting down to round 1, and Joey Kozlowski straight up does the flicker to me.
He shuffled through his cards really quickly while you were playing.
The flicker!
It's Friday Night Magic. Who flicks?
He flicks!
Who does he think he is? Brian Kibler?
Apparently.
So you